Hey, Scorpio Toodles. How are you guys doing? It's your girl Alex, and I'm back again to bring you guys more messages from the universe. And Scorpio, you didn't start it without me. That's the death card. Something's changing. Personal readings are open, by the way. I decided to just open them back up and leave them open for a while. If you want to join me in Puerto Rico, you have to sign up before March 31st. After March 31st, that's it. Whoever signed up, we going, and too bad, so sad if you can't make it. We'll miss you. Okay, that devil in between the King of Wands and Queen of Wands. What the fuck? Oh, okay, that makes sense. You don't have enough information. That makes sense. Right? You just ended something. And I kind of feel like you're wondering if this is a rebound. And I feel like you're doing a lot of self-debating, right? A lot of internal back and forth, pros and cons. Could it be? Is it? Maybe not. To be or not to be? That is the question I ask of thee, right? So, and the reason why is there's a lot on the line. Hey, Six of Pentacles. Come on out here, Pentacles. Sorry if that was squeaky. Sorry. Oh, it's been a great day. Eight of Cups, Five of Swords, Eight of Swords. Golly, the second row, the bottom just fell out. Three of Wands, yeah. Okay, somebody's waiting to see if this is the real deal. There could have been something that ended, and I feel like for some of you, you wanted to try something new, try something different. Give your time and energy to someone right away. Like for some of you, you might have decided, hey, you might have had that Jennifer Lopez effect, right? Where she cuts off one and grabs another one, right? Best way to get over someone is to get under someone else. Not saying she does that, but Queen of Pentacles, stability, and Ten of Swords is feeling stabbed in the back and betrayed, mentally overwhelmed. That makes sense. Angels are saying you might have been trying something new, especially with your money, your time, your energy, right? It kind of feels like you might have taken a new approach to something new, right? I'm hearing Lloyd, I got a new approach to an old dream. That's not to take a shot at my old team. I just want to be me. True. Lloyd, the song is true. Angels are saying beware of what's coming out your mouth. That's what it is. Somebody's forwardness is scaring the bejesus out of you. This is a bit of an oxymoron because the King of Pentacles is stable as fuck, but Eight of Cups is walking away, right? Or, kind of turning your back on your emotions if just to spend some time in a logical sense. I do kind of feel like the more you talk to someone, the more you share battle wounds. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune. Those are the bottom row. That's the second row. The Emperor. The Chariot. Wow. The Five of Wands. Okay. The Ten of Wands. Four of Swords. Five of Swords and Ten of Pentacles. Look at that. Ten of Pentacles, Three of Wands. Y'all are both trying to figure out if you're the real deal. The answer is yes. You're both the real deal. Why? Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Pentacles are earth energy, right? It's the 3D, the humans, reality, life, okay? Um, I feel like whatever this situation is, you're going back and forth. And because we opened with the death card, you, Scorpio, being transformational, you're making them go back and forth. So if you're like, well, I don't know, Alex, I don't know if I can commit to this situation, I would just say to you, well, stabilize, right? You don't know if you can commit, but if you decide you want to commit, then you will foster commitment on the other side. If you're going back and forth, second guessing, trying to figure out, gambling, you 1 foot in, 1 foot out, then that's what you're going to attract. How many fives do I have here? The Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords is here, and the Five of Wands. Who's missing? The Five of Cups. Okay, but I got 4 fives. That breaks down to 2. You're dealing with somebody else. You could be dealing with an earth sign or have earth in your chart. Yeah, my angels are saying for some of you, you are attempting to pour from an empty cup. So the advice here for if you resonate with that message, you're trying to pour from an empty cup. The advice here is you need to give yourself some time to build your energy back up, to build your confidence back up, to build your endurance back up before moving forward. Angel said, build your power back up. 10 of Swords here. I got the 10 of Wands here and the 10 of Pentacles here twice. So I have 4 10s on the table. 4 10s breaks down to a 4. Okay. So it kind of feels like if you're wanting something to stabilize, this to me kind of gives me, the angels are showing me the vision of somebody taking up water, like not that they're drowning per se, but they're starting to flail and panic and get whatever. And angels are saying you should not be reaching out trying to help anyone else if you're not stable first. I hope that makes sense. And helping someone else but being stable first, for a lot of you, has everything to do with your pentacles, right? One thing I learned early on, and it was due to my big sister. She always said to me, do not loan bill money. So if I had to pay my mortgage, somebody asked me for money, you shit out of luck, right? Because I'm not taking from my mortgage to loan it out to someone else, okay? So that's what this feels like from an energetic standpoint, as in you just ended something. Give yourself a break. Give yourself time to level back up. Give yourself time to rebuild. Give yourself time to come from up under these swords, to regain your power and your grounding. Some of you are really, really, really needing this. There's a fear. Oh, okay, that makes sense. There's a fear that by saying that we won't be able to move forward. But Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, they're the most trustworthy of all the royals, right? They have the most integrity of all the royals. They stand on business. They stand on principle. If I say to you, hey, I need some time, but, give me about 2 weeks and I'll let you know, I'm standing on my word. I'm in 2 motherfucking weeks, I'm going to come back and be like, okay, I'm ready. Okay. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but it kind of feels like, with all these fives, that's what it is. That makes sense to me. So my angels just said, say you just came out of a previous situation, whether it's personal, familial, romantic, whatever, right? And whomever you were dealing with, their word wasn't even worth shit. And shit is shit. So if their words weren't worth shit, you can believe shit. All right. Anyway, okay. So now what's happening is you ended that situation. And for some of you, the Jennifer Lopez, you could be starting a new situation. Okay? But there has not been enough time between the past situation and the new situation for you to release all of the toxins of the previous situation. But your new person is like, I don't know if Scorpio is interested in me. I don't know if Scorpio is serious about this. I don't know if I could, I don't want to pour into Scorpio if Scorpio's not interested in the Ten of Pentacles, right? And I feel like for some of you, you're trying to convince them. This is dumb as hell. My angel said, you trying to convince them with your back turned to them. That's funny. No, that's funny, right? Because that's such a Scorpio thing to do. You walking in the other direction, looking back at them, talk about, no, I'll call you back. And they're like, you're walking away. So that just kind of says to me that many of you who are resonating with this reading, you're on the fence. You're these fives, Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords. You got the Five of Swords here, and you got the Five of Wands here. You're in transition. You ain't made it over to the light side. You still coming from darkness. Okay? So for some of you, you may need 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months. If you need 10, well, you could have come out of a very, very, very long-term relationship where 10 months seems suitable to me, right? But for some of you, you need some time to come from up under these 10 swords. You need time to regain your power. If not, what's going to happen, and this is a very important message. So my angel said, if you're coming out of a toxic situation, fresh out of a toxic situation, that toxicity is still in your energy field. Okay? If you try to move forward, right, the trail of that toxicity is going to follow you, right? It's almost like Pigpen in Peanuts, Charlie Brown. Everywhere Pigpen went, that cloud of dust and debris followed him. So again, that dust and debris is that toxicity. Now, watch the devil and where he winds up. Right in between any sort of new opportunities. Okay? So now again, if you're coming fresh out of this toxic situation and you're trying to move forward, your new partner is on the fence about you. They go back and forth because you going back and forth. Sometimes things are cool, sometimes things are not so cool. So the universe is saying, listen, stop all this back and forth and just get your shit together, Scorpio. Or Scorpio's cross watcher. Because whatever this is huge, by the way, right? King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, they're married. 10 of Pentacles, are you fucking kidding me? Right? So I kind of feel like there's a lot on the line, right? Angels are saying, save some of you just came out of the military and you're still of a military mindset and you go into the private sector. Good luck with that. I don't even know what the private sector is like these days. But say you come out of the military, you go into the private sector, and you're like, this some bullshit. And I'd agree with you, right? But you're going to struggle in the private sector. Some of you are like, hey, I need to go back to the motherfucking military, right? You're going to struggle in your new environment because you haven't released the toxicity of the old environment. You haven't, that's big. My angels just said, this is an important message, so listen up. My angels said, if you were dealing with someone toxic, right? You hear the term birds of a feather. So some of their toxicity could have rubbed off on you. Now, without you even knowing, you are possibly appearing toxic in a new environment. What's up with that Ron? Every time I see it, he don't even smile. I try to say good morning, but he just shrugs and makes a face at me, right? For a lot of you, you don't even realize that the toxicity is on you. You know what I mean? And I guarantee the new environment does. Sitting right there. So the universe is trying to say to you, I don't know if this is you, Scorpio, or Scorpio's cross watcher. Listen, Listen, Scorpio, you know you graduated summa cum laude with a PhD in burn the bridge down. Okay? So angels are saying if it ain't dead, don't do it. Meaning, if you have not killed off the past, if you have not severed the past completely, please, please, I'm begging you from my standpoint, please do not try to enter into another relationship because, like my girl Adele says, all you're going to do is just bleed that toxicity. She didn't say that, but bleed on someone else. Okay. All right. All right. Give yourself some time. Give yourself opportunity, right? Give yourself opportunity. Devil is 15 and the Wheel of Fortune is 10. The Wheel of Fortune has everything to do with cycles. I feel like with the fives here, the fives represent change in short. As Scorpio, Scorpio, you know how you feel about change. I always say, and I always will say, Scorpio will only accept change if Scorpio is controlling the change. Okay? I don't think you control this change. I think something got so freaking toxic that you was like, fuck this shit. I'm out. Okay? And Angel said you're dragging along that toxic behavior. All right. Let's not repeat ourselves. Angel said for some of you, proof of your toxicity and whatever this new environment is your communication, your delivery, words. Um, you know, one way to detect a toxic or victim of toxicity, they're very pessimistic. They're very negative, right? They're very walk on eggshellish. Well, I mean, when I said it that way to you, I hope I didn't offend you, or I hope I didn't, piss you off, or I hope it didn't, right? They fawn to an extent. That's not really fawning, but I'll categorize it as fawning, right? In other words, they're overly agreeable, overly accommodating. They don't want to ruffle the feathers. Yeah, I know, I know. I don't want to say that because that has heavy negative energy associated with it. You got the Eight of Cups. You got the Five of Wands. Yeah, look at that. Five of Wands is arguments, butting of heads, tug of war. Eight of Cups is being drained emotionally, turning your back on your emotions, taking a break from your emotions to resettle yourself. Again, I don't know who this is. Again, Scorpio, I don't know what side of this scenario you sit on. But again, there's a lot at stake. This is the Ten of Pentacles, by the way. I know the glare of the light is hitting that. There we go. The light is behind. Now it's fucking dark. Are you kidding me? All right, there we go. So you got the Ten of Pentacles here, the Ten of Pentacles here, and the Three of Wands. Give it 90 days. Literally. Give from this day plus 90 days, then you can start investing in your Ten of Wands. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Y'all saw me do it real time. After 90 days, then you can start moving more towards permanence, commitment. This is the Knight of Cups. After 90 days, then then say for instance, oh, my angel said, is that how long it takes to release toxicity? It's almost like you got to keep taking it to the cleaners. You got to keep putting it in the washing machine. Do you mean to tell me that toxicity don't come out easy? No, it doesn't. Give it 90 days. There's the Hierophant. Yeah. Scorpio, I don't know what this situation is. The Tower and Seven of Wands. Yeah, that makes complete sense to me. It's almost like try to hold off, right? Seven of Wands, try to, not ready, not ready, not ready, not ready. And then after 90 days, then you're free to do what the fuck you want to do. Okay. That was a good reading. I think so. Did I put my cards back? I sure did. Do I have to read any? Angel said just read for them intuitively. Okay. So what y'all want me to tell them? Yeah. So they're telling me a lot of people have energy like in their bronchial area. And it's not physical as in it's bronchitis or anything like that. And I know we're in the um allergy season, especially here in the South in the US. But they're saying that a lot of you still have dark energy and debris in your chest area, meaning the coast is not clear for you to use a healthy heart, right? They're also telling me too that some of you have sorrow trapped in your bronchial area, the heart chakra area. And that sorrow has everything to do with that death card. There was some sort of fresh ending or some sort of realization that something is finally over. So to me, with the Wheel of Fortune, Six of Pentacles, it's almost like the last wave, the last part of that turning wheel, the last part of the cycle before a new cycle begins. And the Six of Pentacles, angels are saying, allow it, go with it, right? Give what you need to give. Cry, surrender, curse, yell, scream, shout, whatever it is. It's almost like the universe is saying, this is your final boarding call, right? And that just basically means that wherever you're headed, because you did have the Chariot here, wherever you're headed, metaphorically, some of you physically, wherever it is you're headed, here's the biggest message of the reading. Angels are like, there are some bags you don't need to take with you, right? Speaking about the airport analogy, you check your bags or you put them in the overhead. There are some bags that need to be left behind, right? Woo! Okay. Anything else, angels? They're telling me to tell you all the way in which you test yourself, test to see if you're over your past. Ooh, y'all trying to get me stung out in these streets. They're telling me to tell you to say, I love X. The X is insert the name of the person who gave you that sorrow. So as an example, if you had a fallout with your mom and you moved out and you are still feeling sad about the argument, the way in which you tell if you're over the argument, if you're ready to leave the past behind, is for you to say, I love my mom. Now, if you can say, I love my mom, and positive energy returns, then yeah, you have successfully moved on. If you say, I love my mom, and then you immediately get triggered and angry and go back to the argument, you are not healed. I hope that makes sense. It's the clearest way to test whether or not you have concluded a cycle, whether the past is really done, whether you're ready to move on. Because as you saw, there is somebody who is equally yoked. There is somebody who is ready and waiting to make a life with you. All you need to do is release the past. I didn't need a Moonology card to tell me that. All right, I'm just saying, do y'all have anything else? They're telling me to tell you that you can trust your intuition. You can trust the process, right? And my angels are saying when you think about toxicity, Scorpio's tail, Scorpio's venom, they're also telling me to tell you too that, say for instance, if you didn't just end something, right? You may walk into something new looking at an ending, as in, how long this heifer gonna be around for? Let's see how long this lasts. If you walk into a new situation looking for the exits, the universe are gonna bring them to you. So I feel like for some of you, there are some habits, again, that do not need to be a part of this next cycle. Okay? So to summarize, yeah, let's go ahead and leave behind the old, outdated, and everything that no longer serves you. Let's go ahead and leave behind everything that hurts you. How about that? That sound good? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. I hope I mentioned that personal readings are open. I decided to open them up and just leave them open for a while. If you want to go to Puerto Rico, May 14th to May 17th for the Soul Fire Retreat, you have until March 31st to sign up. Okay? After March 31st, I'm not accepting any more people for the retreat. Now, y'all are welcome to go to Puerto Rico as much as you want. But when it comes to accessing the actual retreat after March 31st, that's it. I'm capping it off because I need head counts for the activities we're going to perform. Remote Reiki infusions are available. Let me know what city you want me to come to, whether Texas, Florida, or I think it was Texas or Florida. Whomever has the most votes, and you have to fucking come out, right? You can't just be like, "Ooh, come to Texas," and you out of damn town. Okay, all right. I'm just saying. Anything else, girl? I love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of your love and support. Scorpio, you're a badass. Y'all are Billy and Betty and Bonita badasses. I know that's right. I love y'all so much. Bye.